works. Hey, look at that. Hey, check out this USB pen that I have. It's a pen. It's a laser pointer. It's got the button right there. Working pen. And USB. This one is a 1 gig. I've got a case of 10 of these left. If anybody wants one, I'll sell it to you for like 10 bucks. Let me know. Okay. So today's episode is 100. Us guys at the Guru Brew have made 100 videos. So we're celebrating that with the big game air football shooting air cannon. This is our little celebration piece for the SB. I can't say it because I might not get monetized on my video, but for the big game number 47 and for our 100th video, we're going to make this air cannon that's hopefully going to shoot this football over that goalpost. I've never made an air cannon before, but I've always wanted to, and when I'm done with it I can always use it to shoot t-shirts or beer cans or whatever's laying around that I feel like shooting. So I feel like I should use my laser pointer a little bit here just because I got it out. So I'll show you some of the features. Okay, so instead of this air tank, I'm going to build an air chamber, much like these two air chambers here, that will hold back the air, and then as a valve is opened up in this area here, all this air will rush in through the barrel and push out the projectile, which is this Nerf football. So I've gathered my parts on the table, and let's go there now and take a look at them. This laser pointer is kind of fun. Okay. It's not as easy as I thought it would be. Okay, here we are at the table. I've got all my parts laid out for my football shooting air cannon. Little disclaimer here. If you do this by following my directions and you kill yourself or hurt yourself very badly, I'm no way responsible, because I'm telling you straight up, I don't know what I'm doing with this. I'm experimenting myself, so good luck with that. I went to the hardware store and I purchased some 3-inch PVC, and that's what I'm going to start this whole thing with. I bought a 4-foot section and I just cut it into 2 pieces. I have my air chamber. We'll call it the air chamber. It's about 16. I have a cap for that here. I'm just going to put on here. I'm just dry fitting these to give you an idea what it's going to look like before I glue them. And then I've got this 90-degree angle, 3-inch. It's going to fit on like that. So this much of it is going to hold the air. And this is another angle, like that. Now, I'm sorry, I don't know what these plumbing pieces are called. To be honest with you, just grab a cart, go to, a plumbing supply place, and just start building this thing inside the cart. That's how I did it. And then buy the pieces that are left in your cart. I cut this small piece out of the 3-inch tube, about 3.5 inches long, to join this piece and this adapter. And this is a 3-inch to whatever this is, let's see, 1.5. So this is a 3-inch to a 1.5-inch slip joint reducer. That would go there. And then this thing is a 1.5-inch slip joint to a 1-inch threaded reducer. This is a 1-inch double threaded, which will go on this inline valve for a water system. I'll go over that in a minute. And I have another one for the other side here. Okay. So that's what we have so far. We're going to have to use Teflon tape and like that on here. I'm just, like I said, dry fitting it. So I'm taking my sprinkler setup here, and I'm going to put this on, make it easier to fit. This fits like this. And then I have another one of those threaded reducer to 1.5, and then the 1.5 slip joint to 3-inch. There. And then my barrel, which is a piece of 3-inch. That's about 18 inches long. So there it is. There's my basic shape. So the idea is this air valve, I got 2 in a package here. It has a nice little cap on it. I'll fill it with a tire pump here. And this will mount in the end of this cap here. So I have to drill a hole in here, mount that in there, and I like this style because it has the rubber washers and the screw down to pinch that thick plastic. So once this is on here, I'll fill it with a tire pump, and it will pressurize, and the air will be allowed to come to here, which is the valve. And I have to energize this valve with a couple 9-volt batteries, and I'm going to mount a switch on there too. And then I picked up these little off-brand foam copycat Nerf footballs, if you will, and they had some different ones. They were each $1, and this you can see that fits pretty good right in the barrel. It's a tiny bit loose, but I think I could tighten it up if I needed to with maybe taping the barrel. So this is the basic launcher for the football. I've got some various parts that I didn't show you yet. I'll probably take a piece of pipe or something like that, put it in between here to give that some support, and then use these big hose clamps and wrap it. Okay, so I'm going to take this all back apart again and start gluing these parts together. So stand by for that. Now I can just take my stem, put it up in there. Make sure this seal compresses on the back, which it is. Okay, step one. Let's get some gluing going. Okay, all these parts have to be cleaned and then glued together, and I'll do that next. Just take your time with this. You don't want any leaks in your air cannon, that's for sure. Now, I'm no plumbing expert, but I can tell you that. And I believe the reason why this stuff is this ugly purple color is so you can tell when you have all the pieces done. They make it in clear too, but I don't have any of that. I plan on painting this gun anyway, so it doesn't really matter if a little bit of purple gets on it. On these pieces that have price tags and that sort of thing, make sure that you peel these off wherever it contacts other plastic, and the cleaner will help to remove that residue. But you want to make sure that you at least get rid of it to the point where it goes into the fitting. Retailers, please stop putting price tags on your plumbing fittings that need to be glued. It's a real pain in the ruckus. Thank you. While I'm waiting for this cleaner to dry, I thought I would tell you about this this valve. This is an inline valve for a water sprinkler system that I picked up at Lowe's. It's a CP100, and it's an electronic valve that works on 24 volts. I'm going to try to use two 9-volt batteries to make a total of 18 volts, hoping that will be enough to open this valve. And then I'm going to use a momentary switch to connect the two together. This is just a bleed valve down here, and hopefully, you know, under pressure, once I add this 18 volts on here, we'll release the air through the nozzle. We'll see. Looks like Rainbird made that one. CP100. Get gluing these pipes up next. So I think this project was to be doomed in the very beginning. I just bought this and I left the cap unsnug, and now it's just a ball of goo. And it's too late at night to go get any more, so I'm going to do what I can to wrap this up, and then I'll go get some in the morning. I can go ahead and put these fittings on my valve here. put a little bit more on the other pieces, that way it'll be ready to go when I need it. That way when I put it on here, it'll be ready to go. Okay. Alright, I'm gonna just let this sit here and I'll get some glue and finish this video. See you soon. Okay guys, no, I love you guys. I had to go out in the blustery cold and pick up a new can of this stuff for this gun. So let's glue this cannon together. By the way, always buy a small can of this because it will dry out next time you use it, no matter what. Guaranteed. I'm using a lot of this glue because once you get these in there, you can't get them back apart. I don't want any leaks. Now on most of these parts, I didn't know this, but now I do, so I'm showing you. There's a little mark right here on this pipe, and there's also one here. And same with all the way around. There's usually more than one set of them, and that helps you to line it up so you're at right angles. Just a little tip. Twist, you can see right there. And also this back seam too. So that's a pretty good indication. It's dry already. There's no moving that mug. So I found out not only does the dye in the cleaner allow you to see what parts that you've done, but evidently it's also for building inspectors to come in and look at and make sure that all the joints are done properly. So that is the reason, supposedly, for the purple dye in the cleaner. Now this has pressure, so today's Saturday, and the ball game's tomorrow, and I was supposed to put out a video on Friday, and then everything under the sun went wrong, so I wasn't able to get to it. So I'm gonna put it out over the weekend. I hate to miss videos like that. When I say I'm gonna put one out on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, I like to do that, but sometimes it's just not possible, and with my cold and everything that I've had recently. So anyway, that's why I missed on a Friday. But I think we're making it up on this one. This one's going to be a good one. That is, if this thing shoots. Let's see what this looks like. Might need the glue again, so we'll put the cap on it. Even though, no matter what you do with this cap, it's still going to dry out in a couple weeks, so don't plan on that stuff sticking around forever. Okay, so let's see here. A little bit drippy. I need to paint this too, but there's just not going to be time to paint it before I demo it, so I can always paint it before I shoot it again in the summer. And I'm sure we'll get it out in the summer for another show. Maybe we'll shoot it off on the 4th of July, something like that. I'm looking forward to shooting maybe some t-shirts with this thing. That'd be kind of neat. Okay, so that's how it looks right now. It's getting there. Everything's glued together, so I'm gonna let this dry up real good. I'll probably move these parts over by the stove where it's warmer and give it a couple hours, and then we'll be back. Just doing a little leaks test here. I've got my air compressor set to 50 pounds. So it's just about 50 pounds. I hear a leak. Yep, I just heard it stop. I kind of like that with the valve off to the side too. Yeah, that's that valve right there. You have to get wire or something. There. Sounds better. This highly compressed air stuff does make me nervous, I ain't gonna lie. I mean, 50 pounds is enough to hurt you. Okay. That should be 50. Okay, I'm gonna wait about 5 minutes and check it again. We'll be back. Well, I'm trying to figure out how to rig a switch up to this, and I've got this little switch, momentary switch here that I took off my Raspberry Pi test board. So I'm gonna have to make sure I replace it, but that'll be about the right size. And then I just took this piece of, looks like about 1 inch, and I fashioned it so it fits. Like this. Then I figured put that switch right there where that dot is. That way, when you're holding it, you can hit that switch here. So I am going to go ahead and drill that hole and install the switch. I just picked these switches up at Radio Shack. You get 2 in a package. There we go. Now I can get the Locknut on there too. Hopefully. Notch that out just a little bit more. What do you think? Okay, I'm getting there. Oh boy. Let's see how much air we have. £50. Hey guys, so I'm outside here in the cold northeastern winter here. We're gonna try out the football cannon. So here we go. Say hello to my little friend. Woo! Works good.
Okay, here it goes.
Okay, that's one ball. This is for the Super Bowl. What is it, 47?
Stick it in there.
One more. 2 balls. We got about 85 pounds on it. Okay. Ready? I'll put them over here. Maybe you can see them better. Ready? Take me to the chopper! Hey, knocked down a twig. Did you see that? Okay, guys, that's it. Hope you enjoyed the air cannon football shooter. We'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. All right.
Is that it?
Yep. Hey guys, this is Steve. Thanks for watching. Hey, don't forget to subscribe if you like this video, and be sure to rate and comment. See ya.